Hi, welcome back. I wanted to talk today about the punch again. Wing Chun's a punching style, so talking about the punch is something that comes up pretty often. But there's a couple approaches to punching. One is to punch really kind of like fast and light. That is to say, the punches are fast, but also the punches per second is fast. And I want to give you some insight into how I see punching, how my punch feels to me, and hopefully it will shed some light on the whole ball of wax that is punching. And if you imagine that you have a hammer, a carpenter's hammer, in your hand. You know, carpenter's hammer, normal. When you listen to a carpenter hammer, there's a cadence, and the cadence is specific to the tool. There are no carpenters that I know of, if you do, let me know, that drive a nail with 15 or 20 small taps. Tap, 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 tap. They all hit the nail, bang. One shot, they drive it, maybe two. The point is, the hammer has a cadence. The professional carpenter, the professional who knows how to use a hammer, understands the cadence of the hammer. They don't hit slowly. Yeah, it accelerates into the nail, just like our hammer. And I'd like to ask you a question. If you had a hammer in each hand, a carpenter's hammer, and you were fighting some big guy, what's the cadence you would swing that hammer at? Would it be a bunch of multiple little hammerings? Or would you take that hammer and you knew what it could do and you would swing it to win the fight? And if it got blocked, what about this one? Is this next one just a little tap? A quick little in and out? Or is it going to accelerate at the enemy? I think the answer is pretty obvious of how you would use a tool if that tool was, first of all, trained so it couldn't be broken. You're not worried about breaking the hammer, so you swing it with all you got. And two, it was dense enough that you knew that if it hit the opponent, that it would do the job. Well, now with these two conditions in mind, you think, well, I'm going to swing for the fences. And if something gets in the way of the hammer, they put up an arm and they block it, that hammer is going to break the arm. So if this is how a hammer works, why should we, as professional martial artists, as professional strikers, not develop ourselves a couple of hammers that will end the fight with one shot, maybe two? So let's assume that's the case. Then we say, hey, I want to practice this. So when you practice your Wing Chun, I can practice, borrow someone Monte again. Now I'm a Wing Chun guy, I have a Wing Chun guy who's a partner, and I can do stuff like this, okay? And I can chop. Or I can get a quick hit in. But in doing that, I'm not training the thing that I need. I'm not training the cadence. I'm not training that hammer. And that's ultimately what I want to do, is train this hammer. Of course, if I'm too slow and it's too lethargic and I'm like, boom, then it's too slow, it's not going to hit. I need the acceleration. I need to learn how to use my hammer. So that's what these exercises are for. The stepping, the sinking, the rooting, the bag training is all to give you something that's going to do the job when you need it. So, hitting. Thanks. We want to be able to train that when we have an enemy, or we're playing our chi sao, or even if he was to counter, or that I can know how to land that fist in a way that's going to end the fight. Just a little something to think about when you're training, when you're practicing. Is this something that I might find useful if I added it to my Wing Chun? And am I punching with enough power that if somebody saw a punch land or someone watched me train, would they say, yeah, I don't want to stand in front of that? That's all I wanted to say about punching power for this lesson. Once again, I thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, bye for now.